Nice.
Nice. I forgot to unmute my mic. Hello.
I know. I did the same thing.
My
How's
bad.
everybody doing?
Welcome
to
everybody.
Synth Talk.
Yeah, welcome. Hey, shout out to Scott Berry. That is Scott's created that completely. It's not a collaboration.
No,
so
all done in the Phantom.
All done in the Phantom. And you know, and people are already asking Scott if you could post this up, maybe to the Facebook groups, and so they can use it. You know, so
Sure.
that's pretty cool.
Sure. Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Scott, real quick before we get into this, can you show us a little bit about this song that you just did? Kind of like, can you go track by track, possibly, please?
No. Yes, absolutely. So let's see here. All right, so this is the song layout that I did, but I'll go backwards here. Let's look at the patterns. So basically, I'm not using one, but two is a copy. I did a lot of copy stuff, and what I mean by that is this is playing like the main. But it's also playing. I'll go ahead and mute that real quick. Mute. Thank you. That's the other one. But when the two of them play together, they just kind of, you know, it works really, really well. And then I've got this really, really deep bass
Hello.
sound. Yeah.
Hello.
It's kind of a tricky sound because the thing is that if you hit it too light, if you hit it too light on that sound, let me find it it almost creates a bass drummy sound, you know, instead of that. So that's one to be careful of. And then I've got on 5 and 6, I've got the strings. That's half choir. And then I add the strings to it. And you notice I've got them panned a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, it's just that.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's the Phantom strings and not like some kind of plugin?
I'm positive. These strings that strike on it, and I've got a delay in it to make it big, but I mean, it's just a fantastic sound.
Can you hit the zone view? Can we see which string that is? That's a great sounding
absolutely.
string.
Yeah, let's go through it. Okay, so in here, let's see who we got. Whoops.
That's
Wrong.
not me. Wrong button.
All right.
Hello.
So that's the bass, which is the bit sub, and then below that I've got a choir pad, which is this guy that we did. Just a great sound. And then the string is a Mikado warm string, which is just a great sound, you know. And then I've got a layer of 3 different things here. This is the Island Mitt, the JD8 acoustic piano, and the toy box. And when those are layered, they create that toy piano sound,
which is so creepy. It's so creepy.
Yeah. So if I do
creepy.
7 and 8, and then I go to 9 because that's how I had it set up. Oh, I got somebody else in there. Okay, 7, 8, and 9. I got a siren in one. Wants to layer. Okay, we'll let that go. But anyways, those 3 create that cool sound. The drums, I was originally using a CR78, but I think it moved to this one, which is fine. And then I've got some special effects. They're sitting in here that I'll trigger. I love the screams.
That's when your wife goes, "What are you doing up there?"
Yeah.
Nothing.
And that's kind of, it. But what I did is that when I went into the patterns, I just started to, you can see they're kind of all over the place because I don't know exactly what I want to do, so I'll put things way down below and then decide how I want to do it. But like that beginning. Yeah, it's definitely has that creepy feel. And then it was just grouping them. So I did several groups with that.
That's awesome.
And then went into the grouping, and then each one is set up differently. I just kind of labeled them the best that I could, so I knew what I was doing. And then, of course, into the song. Put the song together.
If you show us your pattern screen there, Scott, the top screen, your pattern screen, not the song mode, but the patterns where you put all your patterns. There's a lot of room in there.
Here?
No. The one, the workflow, the pattern screen.
Yeah. I mean, this was 4 minutes.
No. The right at the top where you create your pattern. Yeah. Look at you.
There's not much there.
There's not much there, so you have plenty of room to just keep adding and making more different variations of whatever you want to do. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And the thing is, like with the drums, I only did 2 different types of drums. Just single patterns. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Yeah, and that's awesome.
It's a heartbeat. Yeah.
I just wanted everybody to kind of take that into there. It's like you didn't have to like fill up the sequencer with this and that. It's and this isn't a dig. It's you're the way you laid it out is kind of sparse, so you have room to just keep on. And then you took those separate patterns when you showed us groups, and you could say, I want you from this pattern and you from this pattern to be a group, or maybe you and you, or maybe just solo this guy, and then you just arranged them in the song, how you wanted them to play back. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so some of the stuff, which is kind of cool with these patterns in here, is that like with this pattern, I just did that once, and then I copied it to the other ones. Or I went ahead and layered them. So like if you were to layer something on the keyboard and then record it in the sequencer, all 3 zones are going to record at the same time. So sometimes I'll do that, and then like what I did up here with this, I just took that pattern, I went into pattern utility, I hit copy, made sure that the box, you always want to make sure that box is around there, and when the box is around it, then I go copy and then paste, and I can put it anywhere else. So then I picked another sound to play with it, and this one, I got to get out of this. So that's the same pattern. I didn't redo it or anything like that, and then you get both.
Yeah.
Which that little ticka ticka ticka, that reminds me of John Carpenter. That's a John Carpenter thing,
This whole song is just like an homage to John Carpenter to me, because that rhythmic, that simple rhythmic you have, that ticka 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 tick, that together is just that's the movie Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
That's
he's got that.
Yeah, the ticka 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 ticka, and then that bass drum, that kick it's not a bass. What is it's a bass? Where is that from? Is that
you talking about this one?
Yeah. That's a bass, like a sub bass sound.
It actually is. In the zone view, it is. It's number 4. It's bit sub Zencore. And you can see like the choir below it is a supernatural.
Hey, make it the single view and not the 4 view. So hit
what you want.
Hit the zone view and make it just the one, so they can see a little bit better on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here you can see the supernatural, the choir, which again is just that.
And that's all Zencore, right?
That's just one sound. One sound. No, it's supernatural. And it's just a great sound. And then the strings, like we went through before, the marcato, that... It's just got that nice little bow on it. And then you put the 2 of them together and slightly pan them. I mean, that's kind of your whole orchestra. And that quick, just between those 2 sounds.
Yeah, it was just like boom. That's just awesome. Well,
anything else you want me to go through in here?
No. I see everybody's really digging that, and I love that you did that. To me that rhythmic feature is total John Carpenter, And then that sub bass is just to me that hits me. If you're in a sound system that has a nice sub going on, that low boom boom that just rattles your soul a little bit. Like, what was that? What was that? So
absolutely. So like that main part that I did there. Sorry, getting used to this. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the main sound, right? That's kind of the melody. But I've got the arpeggiator on. You can just barely see it over here, and it's just
Yeah.
But then for that sound, it's still the same sound, the arpeggiation.
That's it. Simple.
But when you combine it with the other sound, the next sound, this one, it creates that thing. And again, just something to keep in mind, guys, that when you're in the keyboard and you want to do arpeggiations to different zones other than one, make sure that arpeggiation is selected. And again, once it's recorded into the sequencer, you can take it off and then record a completely different arpeggiator to another part.
Absolutely. So, Scott, just to reiterate what Scott says, you can use the arpeggiator in multiple parts, all 16 parts. And you could do that. You can have it. Let me see. Before I say it, you can have it simultaneously like that too. Wait, you can do. Let me make sure. Yeah, you can. So you can have the ARP in simultaneous parts, or you can have them in single parts. And then once again, like Scott said, once it's recorded in the sequencer, you can free it up to go someplace else and have a completely different arpeggio going. So
the thing is, you
cool.
have so many different arpeggiations to choose from, different motifs, up and down, how many octaves. It's endless. I mean, you could create an entire sequence, song, whatever you want, just using arpeggiations, especially when you get into the phrases. The phrases that are in there, there's like walking bass and guitar strums and all this other stuff that can be used. I don't know. It gets, I mean, you could do a whole thing just in the arpeggiation.
Well, cool. Well, great. I just wanted to give you a prop, Scott. Yay, golf clap. A round of applause.
I appreciate
round of
that.
applause. And everybody was really digging that. So maybe we can get Scott to go ahead and drop this on one of the Facebook groups, the Phantom groups, so you guys can kind of see it. But it's very, very cool how you can do that. Oh, bad cat. Bad kitty. Bad kitty.
Special guest.
Special guest. Okay. So anyway, let's give a shout out to some of the people I see, some of our audience on YouTube and on Facebook. Shout out to Mark Tronics, Robert St. John, Roger Feliz, XP50 player. Let's see, Alexandros. I just love that name. I think it's cool. And Andres, I think it is in there. Let's see, Faded. See, I think Robert. See, we are gonna cover some cool questions, and then on the Facebook side,
say hi.
Yeah, say hi. Yeah, my cats are there. They're like, we're out, we're asleep. Let's see. I see Amkar on Facebook. I see Michael also on Facebook. Kim, shout out. So a lot of good people on here.
Cool.
Jamie, yeah, Jamie or Jaime says. He says, darn, I bet this keyboard costs around the thousands. Well, real quick.
Look at what you get out of it.
You look what you get. You look what you get.
Boom.
So, Dan Villanueva, so a lot of good people. Clark and Susan Dawson. So, shout out Andrew Song, everybody, Nico. So, it's just a real quick shout out. Thank you, guys and gals, for sharing your Friday with us on Halloween Eve.
Absolutely.
So we started off the show by showing, Scott doing that scary sounds and stuff. I'm a big loser. I didn't prepare anything, but we've been working on some other stuff in the background. First off, let me show you what we've been working on. I'm going to switch over to my computer here. Okay, for those of you that don't know, one good thing about this show and the way we're communicating now within Roland is we can communicate all over the world very instantly with everybody, all of our guys and all of you. So we just had not an update. What would you call this, Scott? It just came out for the Phantom. Is it an update? What's it called? If you go to the Phantom, and you can follow with me, go to Products, you go to Synthesizers, and if we go into Performance Workstation, we'll just choose any of the Phantoms. And I'll choose lucky number 7777, baby. All right. And we'll just go down here. And we're going to go to downloads. And this just released a new sample SVZ sample converter for Windows and also for Mac. This just happened.
So this should make it a little bit easier to get samples that you have in your computer right into your thumb drive. Real simple with it, just converting and getting it ready to just import.
Yeah, this happened within what like the last day or so, I believe. So this is cool. So you guys can download this. We're gonna get some videos on showing how to do this. If some of our Roland brethren in some of the other countries haven't already done this, I know. Shout out to Mark Watson in Australia. Usually he's on top. So we'll see. But this just came out. So if you have a Phantom and you haven't updated it to 2.0. Is it 2.0?
2.0.
2.0, and you have to make sure you do that, and then also make sure you have this sample converter in there. This just came out, so we're going to focus more on that soon. Also, let me see, make sure I go into here. We've been busy creating more content for you. If you're unaware or you are new to this format, we go to YouTube, Roland Product Support, search in here. And if you just look at the videos, we have a ton of content that we're always working on. Well, if you go to playlist here, over this past week, we've created 6 new. Look, we're up to 39 videos in the Phantom. Yay! That's so exciting. Yep. So for those of you that are new or considering buying a Phantom, there are a bunch of videos and more are on the way. So let's talk about the ones that were just released. Okay, just real fast for all of you that are new. So we did 2.0. We did that a couple weeks ago, but now here we just did how to open expanded view and markers in your scene chain. Just in case you're unaware, with the 2.0, we get some added functionality with the scene chains within the Phantom. So
I love what they added with the scene chain, with being able to see the list. And then the markers are really cool, especially because you can store 512. You have 512 scene slots per scene chain. So if you set that up to where the first 5 scenes are this song, or the next 5 scenes are that, or the next 2 or 15 or whatever you're doing, it's really easy to jump with those markers. And the video you did on it, I thought you did a fantastic job. It's a great video.
Wow. So you can I just popped it up on the screen so you guys can see. Strings.
There we go.
So inside the scene chain, Bad Scott. You hit it again. Here's what it shows you. It shows you how to use this expanded view where you can see all of the different things available to you, all the different scenes available to you, and then also how to use markers so you can jump very quickly within the scene. The next video, it shows you how to swap scenes. So if you wanted to, you could go in here and you can press edit and you can move the order, swap the order of the scenes very quickly in there, just so you guys know. So that just goes into detail. Another video, I love these next couple videos, and we have more computer oriented. First one is just kind of like a housekeeping. Hey, where to find and install drivers. that's in there. Where to find and install drivers. So that's just so showing
but
you.
The thing is that if you're new to it or haven't gone through it, it can be a little strange. And of course, if you're on a Mac, Apple put in a brand new security protocol as of operating system High Sierra 1013 that creates this whole other thing. So it's good to have these things, just for reference. And again, on the download pages of the drivers, it always has a troubleshooting link, and it's in orange. So if you do get stuck or need more help, check that link first. And of course, you can contact us.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'll bring up another one. I accidentally messed up and, was laying in there. Out of control. Usually it's me. It's Scott today. It's Scott.
It's me.
It's Scott.
What?
Okay, so the next one is how to record audio via USB in Logic Pro X. Just in case you don't know, the Phantom has the ability to go ahead and record 16 stereo outs via USB into the DAW, digital audio workstations. In this example, we use Logic Pro X, but Scott, does this only work with Logic Pro X?
No. It works with
nice.
it works with any DAW. And the thing is everything I think in these videos that you showed is identical for any DAW. So whether if it's Cakewalk, Studio One, Cubase, Fruity Loops, whatever it is, the setup is the same. Choose the Phantom as the audio device.
Yep.
Open up the audio tracks, have them go to here. Everything is identical.
And so follow this one, and no matter which DAW you have, it's the same setup. So in this particular video, it's how to record audio via USB. The next one is how to record MIDI into Logic Pro X. Once
MIDI.
Again, MIDI, so into Logic Pro X. Oh, Scott, and there's a video missing in the playlist. I think I messed up. So loser. So I'm telling Dwayne. Dwayne, did you hear that?
I didn't say anything.
Okay,
I deny it.
So if you guys look, there's another one. So once I fix this, Scott, this will be the other one. Shush. So we can go into here. Oops, look at that.
Nice shot. It never freezes on a...
Yeah.
It's always a...
Yeah. So here's the next video that I got to add this to the playlist. It's not in. So we have actually, Scott, we have 40 videos for the Phantom. Yes.
Dum, dum, dum.
Dun, dun, dun.
Amazing.
So on this particular video, it's going to show you how to record audio from previously recorded MIDI using Logic Pro X. And as we were just saying before, this will work for any other DAW, be it Ableton and anything else. I'll probably do I'm going to probably do some videos showing Ableton just so that way we can show it using another DAW because no one believes me until we do it. So we're going to probably just show that. Scott, did you lock up? Okay, no, you were just really...
I was just really still.
You were really still. That was kind of freaky. Okay, all right.
So, yeah, no, I was going to say, one of the things is this episode, it's a Halloween episode, and we wanted to feature you guys, and we'll definitely do that. We're gonna show some
almost
clips
to
here
it
in a little bit. But I think at this time, we probably should do some questions.
Absolutely. I'll read this one, Scott, and
sure.
Kid it over to you. Hold on, let me say blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's see. Faded in, he says, my Phantom, I have red scenes that don't send MIDI signals to my DAW, but the yellow scenes send signals to my DAW. What's the difference? Oh, I think we were actually talking about this, Scott. We were working on this last week. Run with it, Scott. Run.
Well, no, I was going to say it's most likely the settings of the buttons. So depending on what's going on in the scene, if these are lit up red, so for instance, if these were red, this is going to be, they're not going to send any MIDI. They're not going to translate any MIDI out at all because these are audio tracks. If they were green, they would transmit the MIDI. If they were yellow, they would do internal and external. So they transmit and also play the internal sounds. Or if they are off. If they're off, they should be sending. Now, I'm in the advanced mode. Again, this is a 2.0 thing with Phantom, and you can tell which mode you're in by the color of this button. If this is red, it's a basic mode. If it is green, it's advanced, and all you do to change it is go Menu, System, it's under the General tab, and you come down here to Zone, Internal, External Control, and you just change it. So now it's basic, and if I go back, you'll notice that this button is now red. So when they're off, they're known as what's called common. It is going to play the audio, and it's also going to send the MIDI out. So if there's a sequence in there, like the one I did earlier or one that's already in there, if they're all off, they're going to transmit MIDI and they're going to send audio. As soon as you start turning them on to red, they're now audio only internal. So just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, and we actually cover that in the videos I just mentioned. So take a look at some of those videos. They're going to definitely get you going in the right direction on there. But I think on these videos, Scott, I think I was using just the basic mode a lot. I was using that mode a lot. And, you know, we might do some more content just focused on that, just to kind of hit it home, to take out any confusion, because I know
it is confusing. Yeah, it can be.
It can be, until you really have your head wrapped around it. You're like, okay, because even Scott and I last week, we spent a couple of days like just really digging in and like, okay, to do this, and we just make sure we have a good, clear understanding of it.
But the basic understanding under basic is red is internal, green is external, and off or black is both.
Yeah.
But it's only going to do one part. When you get into the advanced, you get into the yellow. Yellow will do internal and external. And again, this is where it starts to get, it starts to get a little twisted and thing. But Ed's got a great video. You haven't done a video on that one yet, have you?
Not yet. That's in the plan. And so, I know yesterday Scott and I will text topics to each other, like, okay, we should do this topic or that topic, and so I'll put it in a shoot list. And I think I've shared it with you guys on occasion, the different shoot list. So so just hold tight for a second, and you'll probably see those next week. Sometimes it's just making sure we explain stuff clearly. That's can be like, okay, I don't want to confuse anybody. All right, let's do another one. Let's see here. Dwayne put up, he said, replying to Jamie Michael Collier. Somebody asked you about the Phantom being expensive, and Michael, our friend over in Minneapolis, he puts, totally worth the investment, Jamie. I usually keep my Phantom for a good decade, usually when the next one comes out. They are that good. Absolutely. I know I have a Phantom X, a Phantom G7, and I'm really happy to be using the new Phantom. So I have that. So I can attest to that also. And I used to have the FA76, which was the first Phantom, which I believe was around in year 2000, 2001, right around there, turn of the century.
It's early. Earlier, maybe a little bit earlier than that. But yeah, I mean, this Phantom can do things that nothing else can do out there. Streaming all 16 parts through USB, the sounds. I mean, with the expansions, how many sounds do you have in yours?
I have over 9,000 sounds.
9,000 sounds in a hardware keyboard. That's insane.
It's insane. And then when you were listening to Scott play the scary theme in the front of the show, the strings to me sounded so good. I'm like, oh, that's a soft synth, right? Like, no, it is not a soft synth. It's actually
baby.
Supernatural in there. And then with the Zen Core and then the Zenology Pro from Roland Cloud, you can go ahead and tweak the sounds, rearrange them, share the scenes, just a bunch of fun stuff. So,
well, what's really cool, like Zenology Pro, is that you have a good chunk of the Phantom keyboard in the software that you can interchange with. So you can kind of work hardware and you can work software and you can go back and forth. But I've always been more of a hardware person. I love software, but I've always been more of a hardware person.
Oh, yeah.
What about you guys out there? More hardware, more software?
Well, how about a mixture of both? The cool thing, Scott, and that's a great question for everybody. Do you prefer hardware or software, and why? Either one. That's totally cool. But like, I know last night, and we're such nerds here as far as for synths. I was working with the WM1 wireless MIDI that Roland just came out with, and I was doing some tests on it because I've just been in Phantom world, and I was like, well, let me go ahead and test this. And so I just threw it on one of our controllers, our A Pro. I was using an A800 Pro, A Pro, and I just hooked it up to there, the WM1 wireless MIDI, and I just threw it inside the iPad. iPad found it, and I was playing iPad sounds wirelessly from there. It was really cool.
And then he had to call me at like 10:30 at night. Hey, dude, check this out. Da-da-da. And you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, dude. And then
that's how we are when we discover things. It doesn't matter if it's a weekend. It doesn't matter if it's really, really late at night, really early in the morning, whatever. Yeah. It's like, dude, you got to check this out.
Check this out. And then I was like, all right, let me call you back. I'm gonna try it with the phone now. So I hooked up the WM1, and I'm using the A Pro, a controller, to make sure so that way there's no like other sounds than what I want. Yeah. And then I hooked it up with my phone, and I was using GarageBand in the phone and playing some of the soft synths in GarageBand on my phone from a controller wirelessly with the Roland WM1. And then I called Scott, and I said, dude. And I was like, oh, I guess it doesn't work at the same time as you make a phone call. It was like, okay.
Right. Get off phone. I got to check this out. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, bye. So yeah.
And the other thing, don't forget that like the Jupiter XM and the Jupiter X have what?
Bluetooth MIDI. They have
boom,
it.
Boom, boom.
What?
So, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So
if you have those, or looking to get those, then you can connect to your iPad, do exactly what Ed said with just a Bluetooth MIDI. But then if you don't have that, like with the Phantom or some of the other gear, or even older gear, the WM1 is the perfect solution for that.
Yeah, and well, I was telling Scott, because you know what we do, we'll get products and we just gotta have fun with it, because like I said, this is not, it's not like a job. Sometimes it's like, dude, okay, let's try this out. I wonder if this will work.
It's a way of life. It's
a way
just
of
who
life.
we are. Yeah.
We need lives. Anyway, so I told Scott, I'm like, okay, so I should be able to hook this up to the Phantom, the WM1, and if I hook it up to MIDI out, or MIDI out 1 or MIDI out 2, I could probably, like, say in a church situation, or you're dealing with an artist and their keyboard, maybe no matter what it is away from me, the Phantom could go ahead and change sounds on that keyboard for that artist or that person, and I would just change those program changes. I would change those save those program changes in the scene, so when I switch the scene, the WM1 using the Phantom would throw those program changes to that other keyboard, provided that keyboard also has a WM1 hooked up to it. Yeah, so it's fun. It's fun. We're learning some more stuff, and then I just wanted to share that with you guys. Yeah, dude, you got to check this out, dude.
We get all excited. That's what's so cool. That's what's so cool about this, is that we get so excited about the gear, and we really, really dig into it and enjoy it and have fun with it. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just the coolest thing ever.
Are you asleep? Oh, dude, check this out. All right, okay. Yeah. All right, let's get some more.
You asleep? Wake up.
Wake up,
check
dude.
This out.
Dude. Okay, so it's let's see. Robert SC says, how do you assign the knobs to catch or direct on the Phantom? I've seen Scott's video to do it on the Jupiter XM, but I can't find the menu to change it on the Phantom. Oh, Scott's running to it. Please help. Please help.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of where that setting is, because I know it exists.
It's going to be in the menu.
Menu?
Yeah, if you're hungry for knowledge, you go to the menu, and it's probably going to be in, I think it's going to be in the tone edit area.
You think so?
Want. I think so.
I'm thinking system, but I could be wrong.
I think tone edit. Let me see. Here, I'll switch. Watch. Our boss is like, you guys better know this. So,
dude, I found it. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude. So, okay. I think I found it. See, nope, wrong one. I think it's going to be over. See, so my guess it's going to be menu, tone edit, and I went to. It says Pro, but I always like to go to. It says I always like to go to Pro because it's in Zoom, and I think it's going to be. Is it in the keyboard here? Let me see. I think. Is it going to be common? I think it's going to be common. Hold on one second.
Common
Here it is. Here it is.
You found it?
Yep, found it.
So it's per tone.
Yeah. So
awesome.
let me.
That's
so
even
here.
Better.
So watch again. So if I just pick whatever tone, and I'll go to zone view, and let's say I'm messing with this tone, you just go to menu, tone edit, and then I like using the tone edit pro, and it's in common, and starts off here at the top, category, level, pan, all that stuff. So we'll go ahead and go down here and make sure I don't pass it up. A lot of good options we can do. And you see bend range up and down. That's good to know. And then here's bend mode. There it is, bend mode. And it's set for normal, but I can do catch and last. I just press the enter button. And
is
I can
that for the knobs? What does that say? It says bend mode, right?
Yeah. So that's how it's like you have to break the level. No. It's like it hits it, and then it hits one, and then you can do another one, and it'll do the last one.
So catch is you've got to hit the level and get past it and come back in. Direct is whenever you touch it, it's going to jump to that.
Yeah. So I think that's it right there.
And use it wisely, because like even with the Jupiter and the Jupiter X, is that I had set the effects controls to catch, right? And we were doing another video, and I'm like, oh, let's add some little chorus. And I go to move the knob a little bit, and it didn't do anything. And I'm like, why is it not working now? And I went, aha, I set it to catch. So I have to go all the way past where I had originally set it and bring it back down. So sometimes direct might be better, but yeah, it's just one of those things you just got to play with.
Well, and it's nice that you could set it by tone, because you might have different, you want to do different things depending on the tone you choose. So it doesn't have to be a global setting, a system setting. It could be by tone. So it might work in one tone, but another one's like, oh, it's not right. Well, didn't just change it and resave it in that tone. Cool. So I hope that helped you out. Thinking there. All right, let me see. Robert, and I see. Okay, here's another one. Steve Barney says, "Can we program our own arpeggios in the Phantom, or maybe transpose a recorded sequence?" At this time, I don't think you can do your own arpeggios, but I know it's possible.
Yeah.
I think you would have to. Yeah, I think it's coming, because in there is a user spot. There is a user for the arpeggio, so I'm hoping it's coming. And
dig through it, yeah.
No, I was trying it a couple weeks ago, and I see where the users are for it, but it's not there. I'm hoping it's coming. So and if you were to do it, you would like on previous Phantoms, you would create a sequence or a pattern, and then you would save that pattern inside the arpeggio area, and that's how you would do it. As far as let's see,
you can transpose. So you can
go ahead, take that one.
You can record the arpeggio into the sequencer, and then you can actually go into. So like if you had something here, I'll pull this one up again. If I took this and I decided that I wanted to modify it, I would go into Pattern Utility, Modify, and then I can go into transpose. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and it kind of throws you off, is what is this bias? Well, that's the amount. So for transposing, this would be semitones. That would be one semitone to 12 would be an octave. So that's what that is. So if you wanted to move it like a full octave up or down, then you would do a negative or a positive number for that. But that's where you would transpose it from the sequence. So it's really easy to have a simple pattern going and then go, hey, I don't want to re-record that. I just want to copy those patterns over and then transpose them up a fifth or a third or whatever you're doing. And it's just counting them out, you know? So for instance, if it's on C and you wanted to go up a fifth, you got to go by semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it's actually counting here, and I got some weird sound going on.
That sounds cool.
Spooky. So you would count from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it would be 7 up. If it was a third, a major third, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are just things to keep in mind with that. But it's really, really easy to do. And then as far as the arpeggiators, you can even record the pattern in, turn it into a TR rec mode, and then start taking parts out to create a different rhythm if you wanted to. Or even change the notes. I mean, you can also do step recording or TR rec recording to create your own arpeggiator into the sequencer.
Cool. So there you go. All right, that's good. We're going to go on and have some more fun. I love all these questions. Sometimes it's like, Okay, so, all right. Robert Clark asked, how do I start, stop, play a sequence song with a key instead of a sequencer start button? Or is it possible? I got this one, Scott. Okay, so yes, it is possible. Let me show you how. So on top of the Phantom, we have all these different controls, and then under my table here, I have a couple pedals. So I'm going to show you one first is the pedal. So I have these multiple pedal inputs right here, and I believe I just moved it over to controller 2. Watch how hard it is to do. Watch this. Good old shift button. Just press and hold the shift. I just stepped on my pedal, and here you go so you can see. So it's saying pedal to assign. So I'm going to press enter, pop it open, and this is where I'm going to get all my CCs. Well, if I scroll to the bottom here, I just went all the way to the bottom, I can actually go ahead, and this can be per scene. So I can have this pedal assigned to something else. I could say start and stop right there. So I can have it assigned in a pedal, and I would write it to that particular scene. I would press right and write it to the scene. I can have it in a pedal, or I can also come in and say, I want to put it to this button. Maybe I want to put it right here on the S1 or S2 buttons. I can go Shift, hit the same thing. So Shift is my friend, and it just says S2 assign. All right, cool. What do you want to do? On mine here, I have it group play down, so I can change different groups. But once again, I could say start and stop. Boom. Now that button's it as assigned, and then I would go in and write it to that particular scene. So pretty easy. So
Very
that's
cool.
that could be another video. That's another video. We could just
absolutely different ways to do it. Now there is a key trigger option if you're using the rhythm patterns. But as far as the sequences, that I think Ed gave you a great option there between a pedal and between the button if you don't want to reach up here.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and I would probably if I was doing that a lot. I see what you're saying. Maybe you don't want to do this, or maybe you're like, okay, you got to play and be ready to play. And I would probably just put it right here, or put it in a pedal. And since we have all these 4 pedal ports, I would probably have a pedal on my left side, so I can just kick it that way. So that's totally up to you. However it works, kick it. However it works for you. All right, let's see here. This is a good one. Alexandro says, Jupiter XM, is it possible to set MIDI channels globally rather than at the same scene?
At the scene level. So
for each part.
Yeah. Before, I'm trying to remember which version it was, 1.20 or 1.3. It's one of those where they went ahead, before they were locked in. You didn't have a choice. If you set the global channel to 1, then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right?
Yeah.
And then if you set it to 2, it'd be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So on one of those updates, they went ahead and allowed you to change it to any MIDI channel you wanted to. By default, they separate to 1, 2, 3, 4, but you can change them to anything you want. Unfortunately, there's not a global way to do it because of the way that they did it now. I honestly prefer the way that it is now. I have control over it. So if I wanted to make part 3 MIDI channel 11, I can do that. So I prefer that, and I don't think it's that big of a deal. If you're constantly creating and making new scenes, one of the things to think about, and this is true for Phantom, Jupiter X, Jupiter XM, think about possibly, if you're doing a lot of common things over and over and over again, making a template. Setting things up already on the MIDI channels that you want, setting up common model banks on whichever parts you want, or in your scenes, for instance. I always use this piano. I love this EP. Whatever you're doing, set up a template. Call it a template. And then that way, when you're ready to start a new project, grab it, write it to a new destination, call it something else, and start
There you
moving.
go. There you go. And then real quick, since Scott was talking about that, if you wanted to change the MIDI channels that the Phantom responds to, Shift will just go into here, which is Zone Edit, or we could have done it this way, Menu, Zone Edit. And if you go into the level pan area, you see we have the receive channel right there. I'm over here. I'm over here looking for my Apple Pencil. Anyway, so you can you don't see my stub over here. So you can go to any one of these, and then you can change them to whatever you want. So this is cool.
Yeah, think in most other keyboards, and even Roland earlier days, you had to layer sounds, you had to put them all on the same MIDI channel. That's how you layered them, right? And that's how you used to do it with multiple keyboards, put them on the same MIDI channel. Well, Roland started doing a thing called the keyboard switch. And what it does is it links the two parts together without changing their MIDI channels. This, I think, is one of the most awesome things, because I can send CC messages out to zone number 2, for instance, which is on MIDI channel 2, and it won't affect anything else. You have so much more control this way, and it's easier and faster.
You know, Scott, when you're talking about MIDI channels and layering the same MIDI channel and this and that, I'm just thinking to myself, what a bunch of nerds. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. My boss is like, yeah, that's going on your review.
True, though.
It's true. It's true. I'm like, why do we know this? This is, and all of you guys, we're just having fun. What a bunch of nerds. This is so great.
This is the way.
This is the way. All right. Oh, wait. Stop the show. Roland costume voting has begun. Anyway, inside joke. Inside joke. All right. Let's get back.
They're doing a whole costume contest. So
yeah. We're not in on it because I
have a pumpkin.
You have a pumpkin. I don't have anything. Anyway, so one more question real quick. It says, Alexandros, I just love saying certain names. This is awesome. The SVZ converter you mentioned, of any use to import samples in other Zencore-based hardware and software. Let me make sure I understand that. The SVZ converter you mentioned of, I guess, can you use it to import samples in other Zencore based? Okay. So I guess they're saying, can we go ahead and those samples that we've converted using the SVZ converter, can we import them in other Zencore based hardware and software? So
it would have to be a sampler. So
Yes.
like the MC707 possibly. We'd have to try this out. And one of the future synth talks we've been talking about, we're going to bring in Daniel Lee that's going to go over and show you guys some of the MCs and some other things. So we could try and see what we can do in that.
Yeah.
But this, I think, was specifically designed for Phantom.
Yes.
For multi-sampling.
Yeah, and I think it was because if you look at the Axe Edge in the way the Phantom is based, the Axe Edge is technically one tone. Is the Axe Edge is one tone. Now within that tone you can have four partials, and they can be, you have four partials, but the Phantom is designed to have 16 tones. So it's a little bit different monster as far as, and it's a good monster.
Each tone has four partials.
Yeah,
so it's 4 times 16 if you want to look at it that way, whereas the Axe Edge is
into the Phantom. Yeah, versus, and it's all good. Let's see, one more question, and as we're going to go to show off some of the stuff we're going to talk about. Abe Sam Scott, Abe Sam says, Scott, are you experiencing any audio interface problems when going past 4 zones? Settings at 44.1, 24-bit on DAW, Cakewalk, like a small bit of distortion. So are you experiencing problems when you're using more than 4 zones when you're recording, like a small bit of distortion?
No. So any layer that I've got going in that I'm recording directly into the DAW seems to be clean as possible. I'm trying to think of what could cause the distortion. One of the things I would try. What are you waving at? You got the answer?
I think so.
Okay.
I know.
Ed, you.
Thank you.
Answer.
Thank you. I think the answer might be right.
Nope.
Right here. Okay, so right here, the answer might be, and this is in the video we just did, this USB audio right here. When you're recording to
oh, good point.
To the computer.
So one of the things, I'm just going to back up here. Each time you add a layer or a voice, you increase the amplitude, you increase the output. It's going to be a louder sound if you have 4 layers together than just the 1 layer. Continue, Ed, sir.
Okay, so what's going to happen is this is actually your gain going to the computer. This is your gain. And I know when I first met the Phantom, it was like, boy, the Phantom's super hot. What do I do? And it's like, well, you read the manual. but then this is the gain of the audio going out over USB into your computer. And so if I'm getting a little bit of distortion, I'll just pull it back. This is my gain of the Phantom. And this is covered in one of the recent videos, so hopefully that helps you and shows that. And then when we're playing back, if we're using the Phantom as the audio MIDI interface, if I shift and turn this green, now this is the volume for the audio that's coming outside green, back into the Phantom. So on my playback too loud, go ahead and just adjust the volume there. So try that. Red is the gain going out of the Phantom. Green, outside, green pastures. This is what's coming outside into the Phantom, and I can adjust that, the audio input level. So give that a shot, Abel. So give that a shot, and that might hopefully will be the solution to your question. So all right, so let's take a break here. Break. Are we breaking? Hey, let's do that uncomfortable
awkward silence.
Awkward silence. Yeah, it's a manager thing. Whoever makes the first moves. Okay, we're gonna stop. It's like, okay, all right. So So last week we had fun and we were showing a bunch of scary sounds and just kind of get a little bit of fun into it. But we asked you if you could go ahead and share some of your scary sounds in here. So the hashtag was Roland Scary Sounds. And, everybody's busy. Everybody's voting. They're doing their thing, pandemic. But we have a couple of submissions, and I wanted to share we wanted to share them with you.
Absolutely. This is like the whole point of this episode is we really wanted to feature you guys. It was really exciting for us to do it. So thank you so much for spending the time to make this happen.
Yeah, and so these are in no particular order. And I see some of the guys are on here. So let's see. The first one, and let me switch to full screen. Okay, full screen. We're going to hear this, and I might have to adjust my volume, and we'll see. All right. It says music soundtrack created with Roland Cloud Xenology, and this was Andres, and a shout out to him. Golf clap,
Andrew.
yay! Okay,
Yes.
let's give it a quick listen, and let's see what we got. And let me just see. Might have to adjust my volume. Let's see. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, we don't hear it.
You're not hearing it?
Nope.
All right, everybody, watch this. This is where we can talk about something. Watch this. This is cool. So I am going to show you my computer here.
You better.
You better watch this. This is where the Phantom kicks butt. So and this is why it costs. So check this out. We're going to go into my system preferences here, and I'm going to have my Phantom. Oh, I wonder if this is going to change my settings.
It could.
It could.
Let's try it. Well, let's try it. See what
Let's try
happens.
it. So I have a couple things going on right now. I'm using another mixer, and you might lose me, Scott. Well, we'll see. Let's see. I'm gonna say let's go ahead and use. Oh, I'll just use this as the output, the Phantom. I'm not gonna use it as the input. Let's try that, and let's see if this works. And then I gotta remember to also. Can you still hear me, Scott?
Yep.
All right, cool. Oh, and I'm hearing you in my fan because it's going to the Phantom.
Yep.
All right, so now I'm going to adjust my volume on my Phantom. All right, now we should be able to hear it. Okay, let's give it another go. Let me know if you can hear it. Oops, here we go. Okay, let me back it up. So here's what we did.
Awesome.
We're using the Phantom as an audio interface now, everybody. I love this part. So... and here we go. Let me back it up. Hold on one second. Hold on. Tell me when it's too hot, or Scott. Is that good? All right. I'm gonna back it up and let's give him a fair shot. Here we go. Boom. The end. Yay. All right, I think
That was awesome.
Are you echoing? I can hear you pretty good. Does it sound good on your side?
Sounds good, but yeah.
Okay,
There's an echo.
Well, hold on to the echo. I don't hear it. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's hear another one real fast. Let me
Go ahead and turn it down just a little bit.
Okay, I'll turn it down.
That was great, Andrew. Awesome.
Shout out. Okay, and next one it's from Facebook submission. It's for Amkar here, and it's Batman Returns: Birth of a Penguin. So let's go ahead. I think it's going to go to his SoundCloud, and yeah. All right, I'm going to stop that one right there because I'm afraid of copyright. So everybody go check out Amkar on his SoundCloud.
Thank you.
Thank you. Amkar Sunker Set. I'm just scared of because they'll pull us down. Like, oh no. But that sounds great. And Amkar, he says, real quick, programmed and sequenced exclusively on the new Roland Phantom to solely demonstrate the capabilities of the sequencer. So the stock sounds and the free wave expansion packs in Phantom OS V2. So this is great. Yep, and he put no copyright infringement or copyright violation intended by the uploader. Yep. So this is cool. Go give him a follow on SoundCloud. Amkar Sunker Set. Shout out to him for doing the Batman Returns Birth of a Penguin. All right, we're going to do one more real quick. And let me get that loaded up real quick. But how cool is this, Scott? And I know we're getting a little echo because I'm having in there. You can go ahead and go, Gabe. Let me see. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me bring up one more. And this is from our friend Robert St. John, and let's give him a listen. Here we go. Back it up.
Full video.
He did video. Raising the bar. Here we go. All right. Just give it a quick shout out. That was Robert St. John. Make sure you also check out Robert. Let me go ahead and give him a little.
Absolutely. That was fantastic. Change
your sounds. And Robert make sure you check him out. Robert St. John on YouTube. Getting going. Check him out. Andrew on YouTube. Amkar on SoundCloud. Go give these gentlemen a look and check it out. This is really fun stuff. Okay, I'm going to switch my Phantom back, Scott, because we're getting echo. So hold on. Let me switch you back to how it is. I don't know if everybody's experiencing echo. And that's just because we have a lot. I have all these interfaces going. So
it's because it's returning back through the Phantom.
Okay.
And it's gone.
It's gone. Yay.
Hey, I got to say thank you so much to Omar, Andrew, and Robert St. John. You guys, that was awesome. I mean, seriously, that was really, really cool. I know it takes time to do it, but it brushes up your skills and everything. And I was amazed that Robert spent the time to put that kind of a video together. That was above and beyond. But that was just so cool. It was so cool.
So
Hope to do more like this in the future.
Yeah. You know, we'll do better too promoting it, but I just love seeing all your creativity and everything. I felt like Robert St. John, I like that he was using a Jupiter XM, yes. and which is cool. So it's like, oh, you could use anything. This is so awesome. And then he was also, I like that guitar
patch.
It's to me it reminded me of a U2, the Edge kind of sound. You know, it reminded me of that.
The choir that he picked and the E minor chord that he used reminded me of I don't know if it was OMD or it was an older 80s. I've heard that exact chording, that exact voicing in an older, and it was it's perfect. It was perfect. It sounded so good. Did a great job. Great job, guys.
somebody on here says, say my name on YouTube. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. You guys are crazy. So this is so awesome. And I see on here they love the percussion. It's all Phantom. Yes, sounds like it. All Phantom. That's right. Somebody put in Phantom, the gate produces only a single trigger. Is there a way to change it to multi-trigger? I need that. A gate signal being produced each time I press a keyboard note. I'm not sure. I have to look that out. Let's see.
The gate, if you're talking about like the sample pads and what's going on in there, the gate is either going to keep it to where you hit it and then you let go and it stops, or you hit it once and it just continues to go on. So depending on if it's on or off, that's probably the best thing that I can think of.
Oh, here's some of the guys on Facebook put.
Oh, CV gate out. Got it. Dwayne was correcting. He says he's talking about the CV gate out.
Our voice from above, Dwayne.
Yeah, I would. Thank you, oh great Dwayne.
Thank you, oh great Dwayne. Hi, Dwayne. So, okay. Yeah, that did have a new order and a Depeche Mode kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah, there was something in it. I thought it was great. I just thought it was really
I love it. I love it. All right, let's see. Let's go another question real quick. We're not ignoring you. There's a lot. There's a lot. It's awesome. So, okay, here we go. Brian Williamson says, hi. When trying to chain different scenes where one scene has a piano, I notice when transitioning between the scenes, the piano cuts off when selecting the next sound in the chain. The same doesn't happen in reverse. For example, the Rhodes sound will continue to play holding sustain pedal.
Right.
When you play piano from a previous scene, any way to work around that?
So the reason why is that it's most likely a V piano engine that you're using there.
Yes.
And because it's such a massive engine, you have to look at it like this. The V piano is modeling an acoustic piano from the ground up. It's completely modeling it. So there's a lot of power and a lot of things that are going on there. And that engine at this time just kind of sticks on zone number 1 and stays there. If you want to use a piano and have it sustain over, start looking at some of the supernatural acoustic pianos that are sitting in there and see if any of those will work for you. That's kind of what I've done is I've used the supernatural acoustic pianos, which I think are fantastic.
Yeah.
They'll hang over and be able to do everything. If I'm just doing a piano part or piano piece that I don't need to go over, then I may use the V piano. But that's what I would suggest. At least try that.
Yeah, so that's you just need to know the limitations of certain instruments on there. And the V piano, like Scott said, it's a huge engine. And so knowing that, just switch over to maybe a supernatural piano and you're good
and
to
it
go.
Will hang. Yeah,
It'll hang, dude.
It'll hang.
It'll hang, yeah. So that's cool. Oh, somebody just said getting an MC707 tomorrow for birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That's awesome. What a great Christmas present. Well, birthday present. Awesome. Well, speaking of tomorrow, we're going to probably bring the show to an end, but I'm just going to give you guys and gals just a shout out. Brain freeze. Squirrel. I was thinking about candy. No, everybody tomorrow, when if you're going trick-or-treating, look, if you're going trick-or-treating, wear a mask. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Okay. But yeah, wear a mask. Have a good time with everybody. Be safe. Just let you know, we are not going to be meeting next Friday. Right. We're going to skip next Friday. Break. Just a break. And then we're going to be back. Also, we're going to have some special guests on coming up in November. I believe in December. I look at our schedule. But we're going to have Daniel Lee. He's an expert for the MC707, MC101. And he's going to be just really breaking it down on that for us, So that's going to be fun to have Daniel Lee on the show. And then as we get into Christmas, you guys and gals start thinking about this. How do we tell our families and friends we do not want socks for Christmas? Maybe you do, though. We want synths. Synths over socks. So
what about synth socks?
Synth socks, there is that gray area. Synth socks.
Yeah.
I'll take some synth socks.
Okay.
So we're gonna have one of our experts, Martin Greenfield, on the show coming up, and we're gonna talk about different keyboard synth players gift ideas, and I think that'd be fun. We're gonna have a lot of Roland oriented stuff, but then also we might go on Amazon and just or wherever. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do pictures. I don't want to make anybody mad by throwing favoritism to whatever, but maybe we could think of some synth socks or whatever. So we got some fun stuff coming up for you. I know we're going to work on the new converter for the Phantom to get that going, the SVZ converter. Get that going. Oh, look, that's not nice. Some folks should be wearing a mask 24/7. Not nice.
There's a couple things in here if you guys want to know. I think this is great information. Robert St. John says that guitar patch is from one of the excellent sound packs, 80s ambient guitar from SDZ 033, Ancient Discovery. I just absolutely love it. That is cool. Thank you for sharing that because that was a cool sound. And then Andrews was saying he studio created my video soundtrack. So this was the first video that you showed of the submissions. And he says the artwork using Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop took longer than actually making the soundtrack.
I understand. I completely understand. Yeah. Yeah, just like when we're shooting videos and stuff. Shooting the video takes, take some time. Can be pretty fast. But then it's like, okay, the editing. Well, even taking the footage out of the cameras and putting it, arranging it in the file structure so everything can be edited. Okay, well, anyway, enough of that. Anyway, I want to thank you guys and gals for joining us on Synth Talk. This was the Scary Synth Sounds #2. Thank you so much for your submissions. We're going to probably do some more submissions in the future. Once again, next week, we're not going to be, we're going to take a quick break to kind of just get ready for November because we got Turkey Day coming up, and then let's see, I think we got some special guests. So anyway, tomorrow, if you choose to do Halloween, wear a mask. Yeah, I said it again.
I know. Well, it's like, I guess these would be scary masks at this point, but yeah, whatever.
Whatever. I'm going to wear a Scott Berry mask. That'll be awesome.
That would be awesome because then you'd have this.
Oh, God. Anyway, on that note, you guys be safe. Make sure you vote. Cover up. Be nice to each other. And we will see you in two weeks. All right? We'll talk to you soon. All right. Peace. Love you guys. Later.
Love you guys. Thanks.
Bye.